trying to reach for success. So if it ain't about a house, then I ain't needing the stress. I'm always speaking to an agent, you can see from my text. Just secured our first house, just wait and see what is next. Finally happy about my progress, we got keys to collect. I'll be the plug for the houses, I'ma be the connect. Every day I make an offer, I just hope they accept. And if you wanna be a boss, you gotta go through the steps.
Welcome to the new channel, Rush Hour Property, with these two. He's not new to YouTube, but the two of you are. And the first question that everybody wants to know, why Rush Hour Property?
Well, isn't it obvious?
Look, you can back me up. When we get in here, you follow my lead and do what I do, okay?
Okay, next question. So we know Rush Hour Property and we know why. How did you two come together to create this?
It's a good question. We actually met at one of your courses and we just clicked. We all thought we went for some food and then we knew we got the same vision and we decided to start a business together.
I feel like your relationship revolves around food.
Yeah, food.
You eat a lot.
Food, big part, especially in training. Yeah, who doesn't like food?
But give me a quality in Matt that you actually like.
I really like Matt's ability to network. Every time we go to a networking event, Matt's the one that's always talking to people, introducing me to people that I've never met before, and also helping us open new doors.
Give me a quality in him that you don't like.
It's a lot to kind of pick from, you know.
Listen, done.
A quality that I don't like. I would say Matt is not always as organized as he thinks he is.
He's always late.
Late, or sometimes takes long to make a decision.
Well, that's something you can work on.
Yeah.
And also, guys, you got to remember as well, partnerships aren't always roses. There's always going to be a time where you disagree with something, but it's how you put your points across to each other that will see how far your relationship goes. So don't be afraid to call each other out when something's not going right, because it's always not happiness. Question to you, what is one of the qualities that you like about him?
Good question. I think he's very good at deciding certain things. With me, I take a long time, but he can just decide and knows what to do straight away.
Met at one of our masterclasses when we was doing the education masterclasses, which we're not doing them anymore, but you hit it off, and then obviously you went away, you sat down, you taught, but what actually made you want to work together? What was it? What was that spark that when you went home, you was like, yep, this is my business partner?
I think it started with a friendship, really. Obviously, as you said, we're always going out for food, so we kind of built a good friendship, and I saw a lot of qualities in him that I have as well. And then getting to know him more, we have a similar vision. So we thought, you know what, why not get into business with each other? I think it's better with two people in business anyway.
And what is the vision?
So our vision is to create a big brand in the property industry, get to the top, also to obviously have a large property portfolio, and to do various strategies, well, two strategies, flipping and social housing.
Okay. Branding.
Yeah.
Something that I love. It's one of the most important parts of our business. What is it? Who do you take inspiration from with branding? Where do you go? Like, what do you look at and you think, yep, that's what I want to achieve?
Honestly, you, and I'm not saying that because you're here doing this.
Thank you.
I think
like that.
what you've done in the last year is absolutely crazy, and getting actually to see it firsthand and being involved in certain things, I take a lot of inspiration from you, and probably I would say most of it.
So Rocky said he takes inspiration from me, which is lovely words and it's massively appreciated. Who do you take inspiration from for branding and marketing?
I take inspiration from Ben Francis. If you guys know him through Gymshark and what he's accomplished in the last 10 years. He's competing against the big brands, Adidas, Nike, and he's upcoming. It's crazy how you've seen this journey. He's got a YouTube himself and just seen the progress. It shows that anyone can do it no matter where you're from.
Well, Ben Francis is a local lad to me and massive inspiration to anybody out there. And also, one thing that a lot of people have to understand with Ben Francis is he took a step back from his own brand, put someone else in charge of his brand in order for it to get to where it needed to get to. Do you know this?
Yeah.
And that's self-awareness. Self-awareness is something that a lot of people who own businesses, entrepreneurs, don't have. And that's why they fail. People who have self-awareness seem to go a lot further, and he had a lot of self-awareness. So even I take a lot of inspiration from Ben Francis. I'm Rocky a lot longer than you, even though we've been around each other a long time.
Yeah.
And one thing that I have learnt about you since I've been around you is you have an unbelievable work ethic. So
Yeah.
tell people what you actually do.
So I've got my typical 9 to 5. I do that Monday to Friday. The weekend, I work for my family, so my mum and dad and my cousin, doing restaurant and takeaways. Been doing that since I was 13. And the reason why I got good at such a work ethic is because I see my mum and dad putting the work in, day out, doing 70, 80 hours right now. And they don't even need to do this. It just shows if you want to get somewhere far, you need to put the work in.
Do you think you can outwork me?
No doubt about it.
I think you're talking shit.
We'll see.
We'll see. Guys, remember he said that. In 2 years' time, let's see where he is, or these are. I know where they're going to be, but let's see what they actually do. How are you going to inspire and motivate people today to do what you two are doing? Because I know you're starting the YouTube channel, but what are you actually going to put out there where people go, oh, I can do what you two are doing?
Yeah, I thought about that at the beginning. So the reason why I actually started a vlog, obviously before this channel, was to motivate people from where I come from and my background, so that they know if I can do it, they can do it too. So that was literally on my mind since the beginning. So I think, obviously, through our journey, showing them exactly what's going on, the good things, the bad things, when it gets tough, but knowing how we're going to get through it, I think that's the best way to show them.
Okay, because you do Rocky's Weekly,
Yeah.
which is huge. I'm a big supporter of Rocky's Weekly as well, guys, because it's been consistent since day one, apart from once,
Yeah.
which I'm always going to tell you about. So yeah, I massively appreciate people who are consistent. I think consistency is key. If you know me, you know that. I'm always talking about it. But the weekly is amazing.
Thank you.
And hopefully this channel becomes that.
Yeah.
Not a weekly, but the same motivation, inspiration, and you show the realness.
Definitely.
I think that's really important. So you've got to have a strategy, which you have. You have to have a plan, but the most important part of the plan is execution, because you can talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, nothing gets done. So what have you planned first for the business side of things over the next 6 months?
So the business side, we just try to focus on that first project, learning the goods and the bads, getting the experience, getting our hands dirty and actually getting the feel of the property, and then using that as leverage and using that as confidence to move on to the next projects going forward.
Okay, so that's your business strategy. So 6 months, you're going to use your first project as a base to gauge timescales, cost scales. Is this world for you, basically? Because obviously you've never done a refurb, so good luck with that, by the way. And secondly, you have to have a plan with content, because content is key. And without content, people don't get to see what you're doing. It helps you raise your profile, it helps you get investors. So what do you have planned for content?
In plans of content, we're just trying to figure out anything we can add value to. So anything we might know and no one else knows. So what we try to do is obviously film everything in terms of our projects, what we're doing, not just the goods, but the bads as well, showcase that. And what we're learning on a day-to-day basis, obviously from you and other people in the industry.
Where's Rush Hour Property going to be in 5 years?
I think in 5 years, we'll have a very, very large property portfolio, and I think our brand will have grown so much and be so dominant that we'll be able to create so many new opportunities.
Relatability is key with you.
Yeah.
Because you're starting, not just you as well, because you're starting out and you're showing your journey from the beginning, which is really important to inspire people, I believe.
Definitely, I agree with that.
So, I'm going to end it on a question for both of you. Now, I don't want you to overthink this, but you do need to put some thought into it. When you have everything you've ever wanted, you have all the properties, you're helping people, you've set up your charities, you're doing what you want to do. When you wake up in the morning, you open your eyes at that point, what will make you go, I've made it, this is it?
For me to make it, just focus on what I got around me, the network I got, the family, and just focus on what makes me happy. Am I passionate to do this? Does it make sense? That's when I know I made it.
And you, Rocky, at what point in life do you think you'll be able to sit back or wake up in the morning and go, I've made it?
In all honesty, I don't think I'll ever get to that, because every time I achieve a goal, the next ones are already on my mind. So as soon as I achieve it, I know I'm going to have something else that I want to achieve, and it's just going to continue. So as long as I keep growing and achieving my goals, I'll be happy.
Okay. So, there you have it, guys. Rush Hour Property, YouTube channel, first video. potentially going to be one of the biggest channels in the UK because the drive, the passion, the vision, the work ethic, everything's there. They just have to put it all into practice now. And I wish both of you the best of luck.